Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Students, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So what I said is not responding. That's why I said it right. So in your last class, I took you from volunteering and volunteering that what the type of stars area that is present inside the semiconductor, that is the semiconductor P-type or N-type, or you have been able to decide the negativity contribution and as well as negativity area. Now, to this we will see that how this is possible that using this particular experiment we are being able to decide that what will be the area contribution. I already in your previous class mentioned this one until you validate anything through some experiment that is a proof, then we are not yet able to consider that this is a proof. So let's do this. What I discussed previously, I will inform you again. I already informed you again previously. Now what I said, based on that, I can say that A source is applied voltage. Whatever the force that is experienced by the particle, that force will be counterbalanced by the magnetic field. You already noticed the magnetic field is there. The field intensity I write here, I consider you B applied here in the Z direction. So whenever the semiconductor is electrically connected to this supply Dx, and due to this one, current flowing here, current means particle moving here, that is whole is moving towards right this one, and electron is moving in that direction. Then, due to the presence of this magnetic field force, the particles will experience the force. Today, you previous class mentioned Lorentz force. That force will be definitely F, which will be equal to X, this force will be experienced in the negative y direction, as I already mentioned. Now, due to this force, particle will again, particle will be accumulated here in the side edge compared to side B. If you consider your P-type, the whole acceleration will occur in the side edge. So side A becomes more solid compared to side B. We are being able to say that charges are separated to develop that like under steady state, the magnetic force will be exactly like the electric field force, induced electric field force, because this electric field EA, we are not externally applying here. We are applying EX, and due to this one, current flow IX, but due to the presence of magnetic field, the whole experience the force which body force will be gathered here on side A, compared to side B, due to which an electric field gauge is set up. So whenever we consider equilibrium, under equilibrium, I am able to say that this particular field called Hall field, which is actually towards clockwise, continuous clockwise. So in that direction, particular field is created. So I am being able to write that Q Ui equal to Q Ex electric field force, magnetic field force. Now Ui is nothing but Ex, so I am being able to write Qex or rather Ex. which is cancelled, equal to Ex dx. These EA the voltage and the corresponding voltage will be Hall voltage. I already in your previous class identified the dimensions. This is the length, this is the width, and this is the thickness. If you see the Hall voltage, say consider this voltage EA. This EA will be equal to EA into W. So I can write EA equal to the Hall voltage EA equal to EA into W. What is EA? EA is equal to EA is W. This is EA, Hall voltage. What I already mentioned in your previous class, that due to the accumulation of force inside A compared to side B, the electric field which is developed towards clockwise. Due to this one, a Hall voltage will be created. The Hall voltage, if you wanted to measure, is the series by meter, and potential you will see it will be positive, it will be negative. So whenever you will measure this Hall voltage from a heated semiconductor, and because of my consideration is this is the reference, it will match, that means you will see positive Hall voltage. Most probably I discussed this in the previous class. Yes, Hall voltage is positive, then semiconductor is negative. Hall voltage is negative, then semiconductor is negative. Yes? Any problem? Any questions? If you have any questions, you can inform me. Okay. Now see that here what I apply voltage. This voltage is externally applied. I already informed you previously that whenever a semiconductor is subjected to electric field at time, the semiconductor experiences some force due to which the particle will move. This process is called drift. So, here drift is present because of this. Now, if I consider, suppose I am considering here the semiconductor P-type, then in this semiconductor, whatever the drift of force will observe, this drift velocity, this is what already in the previous class I mentioned what mobility is the velocity per unit distance. Also, whenever I derive diffusion current, drift current density, at the time I write A is equal to rho dB. If you remember, I write this A is equal to rho dB. So see this? That one. Rho B. What is rho? What is the volume charge then? For heated semiconductor it is Q. So here drift velocity you can calculate by using this equation. So VD will be equal to J by Q or VD equal to J by rho. What is my point? My point is I wanted to calculate here magnetic area concentration. So the drift velocity which is experienced by the particle due to this field which is supplied. This supply is to them dx. So I can write d dx because it is along x. So d dx is equal to ax by q. What is j? J is equal to I by a. J A is equal to W into D. So I can write Ix by WD by Q. That means d dx is equal to Ix by QP into WD. Now if you pay attention here also Vx is present, is the velocity of the carrier. So I can write Vx equal to Ix Vz W cancel 5 Vz by Q. That is the numerator so W cancel. So let's come the Hall voltage. If you carefully see this equation, all quantities are measurable. pH measurable, Ix measurable, Vz measurable, Q known, V measurable. You not being able to decide what is P because this is the experiment. We will find what P will be there. Ix, Vz, R, Q, V, A. So by using this expression, we are being able to obtain majority carrier concentration for p-type semiconductor is equal to Ix Vz by QD. Now, this I am defining for p-type. Similar to that, you can write this for n-type. Remember, student, for n-type, the Hall voltage is negative. We already mentioned because this electron is moving in that direction. Electron will experience the force in the negative y direction. Due to that one, electron will be accumulated on side A compared to side B. Electron carry negative charge, more negative charge on side A compared to side B. Charges are separated, electric field will develop, electric field direction will be on B2A. I already mentioned. So this is the developed electric field. Developed electric field here I also mentioned by A. To that one, according to the reference, we can consider it. But in this case, this is opposite to that one. That means voltage is negative. So if I wanted to write down the electron concentration in, it will be equal to Ix Vz minus QD. See that electron concentration is not negative quantity because if you place pH which will be negative minus it will become plus. Electron concentration is always a positive quantity. So by using that equation, we are being able to decide what will be the majority carrier electron concentration used in n-type semiconductor. I wanted to inform you one point here. Sometimes question came, what is Hall coefficient? Hall coefficient is 1 by 2 is normally denoted by Ra. So here you can write this expression pH is equal to Ix Vz Rh by V. 1 by 2 is Rh. And this is for p-type, okay? For n-type, this Rh will be minus 1 by 2n. So now it is very much clear that by using this expression, we have been able to decide what will be the majority carrier concentration. After that, I'll move to that section where we will calculate the majority carrier mobility. I, in your last class, mentioned that we are being able to decide what will be the majority carrier concentration and what will be the majority carrier mobility. Now, students, what you know, there is a bridge because we apply Vx. This Vx we apply here. Due to this Vx, the bridge is getting present. So if I write the bridge current density or p-type semiconductor Vx, then I can write X equal to what Ix by W, which I already write previously. Equal to Q. What is Vx? So I can replace this Vx. X is equal to Vx by X. taken its structure dx by s. So from that equation, I will write mu is equal to ix into s divided by q c dx w. See that in this expression, again all are measurable quantities are identified. Ix can be measured by centimeter and meter. L known length dimension. WB they are also belonging to the dimension of the semiconductor they can be measured. Q known 1.66 kilogram is 19 coulomb. Q already calculated here by using this expression. Already you did this. You can put the value of whole concentration here. Dx known to apply the experiment. So by using this equation, we are being able to calculate what will be the maturity failure mobility for the p-type semiconductor with mu. Similar to that, for electron or n-type semiconductor, what will be the mobility? It will be Ia square divided by Q and Cs into W. Similar to that one, I can write the maturity failure mobility. Will be this for example. Remember one point here. Whatever calculation I did here is under low electricity. Because under low electricity, I already mentioned in your previous classes, low electricity. But I write the velocity will be equal approximately equal to electric field. It is proportional. That is V is equal to mu. Mu is equal to V by mu. Velocity per unit electricity. Under low electric field, experience velocity of the particle will be proportional to electric field, not equal to proportional to electric field. It is only value under low electric field. So whatever the experiment is performed here, this is also under low electric field. Next, already this particular section, the experiment you have already given in your class previously.
Ma'am, I have one question.
Yes.
Ma'am, why current density for holes taken as negative? J is equal to minus Q dx. That I have not understand.
Ap is equal to minus Q dt dpx. That one.
Yes. Why it is negative? This thing.
I already
yes.
discussed in your previous class.
इस लम्हे को रोक दूं या मैं खुद को उसमें झोंक दूं क्या करूं क्या करूं क्या
What I told you that in this case, whenever I calculated the electron net rate of electron flow, which I defined by S, for hole this will be same. Same means the same configuration, that is, it will be minus L dph dpdx considering the same profile. Up to this there is no problem. Now this
yes,
is the net flow of electron. Electron carries negative charge, hole carries positive charge. So whenever we wanted to calculate the electron difference current, we would multiply charge with the net flow of electrons minus Q into S. Whenever we wanted to calculate this four holes, we will multiply it with charge with net flow of electrons. Charge is plus Q, net flow of electron is hole is S. What is S? S is minus L dph dpdx. So what I'll get here? Minus Q L dph dpdx. Why minus? Because plus Q minus L dph dpdx. That is plus minus minus. In this case, why minus sign not existed? Q is minus, electron carry negative charge, and S is also minus. So minus minus will be plus.
Okay.
So, yes. So I will continue. So I will to the users non-intelligent. Up to now, what is consider equilibrium. Equilibrium means no exception other than the present. We can't apply any electric field or no intervention provided in the form of light. Only temperature present are conditions satisfied. Second condition, there is no net transfer of charge or radiation. That's why it's considered in the equilibrium. Now, you observe that electrons and holes are generated. This is one process. It makes transition conductor the due to which a hole is created in the valence band and it is created in the conduction. Process for CAG. CAG is the generation process by electrons and holes are created. This process requires occurs because temperature is reduced, temperature thermal energy will be absorbed, and if that absorbed energy is more than the band gap, then the voltage and electron voltage will increase. We will consider that then also due to the presence of electrons, arithmetic holes and electrons together. So in this process also, their electron hole creation occurs. This is also generation process. That means there can be more than one process of generation. What is generation? Generation is the process where the electrons and holes are created. Now, if I only continue generation process, then actually considering a large time, usually that is a semiconductor, there will be a huge amount of signal. But it is not like that. That means there is the opposite process which is also large. And the rate of that opposite process will be equal to the generation process under equilibrium. That opposite process is called recombination. Under recombination, what is happening? There inside the semiconductor. Whenever recombination occurs, excited electrons on the conduction band will make the transition to the valence band. Whenever they do so, electrons will combine with the phone. What is the meaning of that? That means bond is taken off. Previously, due to the breakup of covalent bond, these electrons and holes are created in the conductor and as well as valence band. Now, whenever electrons from the excited state, that means from the conduction band minimum point, make transition to the valence band maximum point, electrons and holes recombine. Due to this recombination, electrons will again form covalent bond with the neighboring electron. By considering the pair, we will make the covalent bond with the neighboring atom. So due to this process, I am not being able to say that electrons are being destroyed or holes are destroyed. I am to say that electrons and holes are annihilated. Use the proper terminology for the explanation purpose. If you write destroyed, that means you are wrong. This is not dangerous student, as I already mentioned. Electrons not destroyed. Previously, the three categories, the electrons, the conduction band, right now with the conditions of the conduction band to the valence band, they are in the covalent bond formation. So they are not destroyed. They are annihilated from the system. Under thermal equilibrium, what I mentioned, the net area concentration will be independent of time. That means the generation rate of electrons and holes will be the combination rate of electrons and holes. That means under thermal equilibrium, I can write GNO. What is GNO? GNO is the generation rate of electron under equilibrium. O stands for equilibrium. G for generation, N for electron over equilibrium. Generation rate of electron under thermal equilibrium will be equal to generation rate of force under thermal equilibrium will be equal to rate of recombination, which is denoted here by capital R, for electron under thermal equilibrium. Rate of recombination of force under thermal equilibrium. That's why there is no net build-up of stadium. Now, whenever I consider semiconductor is a non-equilibrium, whenever there is semiconductor is a non-equilibrium, that means some excess carrier is there. Those excess carriers, how okay, that is into charge because based on that the device properly will be decided. So whenever excess carrier is present, it is a semiconductor voltage, semiconductor voltage is no longer in equilibrium. It is non-equilibrium. Now when there is excess carrier, how things generated? Definitely by considering some generated process as well as combination process is considered both are opposite to each other and under non-equilibrium definitely excess carrier how generated. We need to start. Let's move on with the details of what are the generation process or what are the combination process. Generation process
Ma'am, this is happening in the intrinsic semiconductor or extrinsic? This
everywhere.
and if it's happening. If
Electrons
it's
and holes are
no, suppose I am taking extrinsic semiconductor, then why there is no acceptor energy level and donor energy level there?
I'm not saying any energy level. I say that generation rate and donation rate. Not only extrinsic semiconductor program, এখানে extrinsic n type program. The n type semiconductor magnetic areas of electron, minority areas of holes. Now this provide some form of excitation. Suppose I provide light radiation. Okay. So light radiation is photon radiation, photon energy. The H is greater than the bandgap energy, then what will happen? More electrons absorb the energy, they will become excited, they break the covalent bond, they will make the condition, form the valence band of the conductor. So previously, we consider entire semiconductor, majority electrons are present, but due to the light excitation, more electrons is created. Why? Due to the breaking of covalent bonds by absorbing the energy of the radiation.
No, ma'am, I'm telling that in case of extrinsic semiconductor, suppose I'm using a P-type semiconductor, then there will be an energy, there will be an acceptor energy level will form above the valence band. So accordingly, the electron will transit. The electron transition will take place from valence to that acceptor band, and then like this will happen. But here you are considering only EC and EV. That's I'm saying. Yes.
Why I'm considering only ECM? That is the question, right?
Yes.
Why I'm considering ECM? Suppose I'm considering according to type what you mentioned, acceptor energy levels are there, which is created due to Na addition. This Na is already fixed during the manufacturing time. Due to this addition of acceptor impurity atom, number of pores is situated there in the valence band. Right? Under thermal equilibrium, considering complete ionization, I am being able to say EO equal to Na.
Yes.
Fine?
Yes.
I am considering equilibrium. Right now, what I said, radiation provided. Due to this radiation, light radiation, whatever the energy H that is given here, due to which whatever the electron that is residing here in the valence band, which is in the covalent bond formation with the neighboring atom, those electrons, which is in the stable state, will be excited because radiation fall there. If H mu is equal to or greater than ET, then what will happen? Some of the electrons which is already in the covalent bond formation will absorb the energy. It will make the transition from the valence band to the conduction band, due to which electrons will be created there and holes will be created there in the valence band. These electrons or these holes created here, this is created due to contribution of Na or due to the radiation.
Yes, ma'am.
Which one? Due to Na or due to radiation? Which one?
Due to radiation.
Due to radiation. So these are excess source and these are excess resource. These are not generated within the p-type semiconductor due to Na. We are considering these excess electrons and excess source here. Whenever semiconductor is in non-equilibrium, always excess area will be there. And what I discussed here, this is photogeneration, one of the process of generation of excess area. For excess area, whatever the total electron or total hole concentration, it will be equal to NO plus del N or CO plus del P, where del N and del P are nothing but excess concentration of electrons, excess concentration of holes. But yes, that is also absolutely true. Del N is equal to del P because they are created in pairs. Now, here what I am saying.
Then ma'am, in indirect band gaps also in normal semiconductors. This thing excess
Any type of
concentration.
semiconductor. Any type of semiconductor.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So I said that photogeneration, that type of generation process where electron and hole will be created due to the interaction of electrons with photons. Due to the interaction of electrons with photons, what will happen? Electron will be excited by absorbing the energy from photons. Excited electrons will take the covalent bond, they will make the transition from valence band to the conduction band. When they do so, electrons is created there in the conduction band and hole is created here in the valence band. This process is called photogeneration. So my dear student, I here write H mu. If I consider H mu1, H mu2, where I am considering this mu value, so that H mu2 is greater than H mu1, mu2 is greater than mu1, then what will happen? These electrons, which makes the transition to the conduction band, right now due to this energy of H mu2, they will make the transition to the conduction band, but not exactly to the bottom of the conduction band, but at some higher energy state in the conduction band. Right? But it will make the transition to the conduction band. So if I consider mu1, this is mu2, then I will write mu2 is greater than mu1. That means for the different wavelengths of the light, it will definitely have different energy, and by absorbing that energy, electron will make the transition to the higher energy state in the conduction band. It is possible. This type of process where electrons and holes are created due to the radiation of photons is called photogeneration. Next process, phonon generation. Phonon. What do you mean? Phonon is the temperature particle. I already mentioned. That means in this generation process, temperature are involved. Phonon generation. If you have high temperature present, then what will happen? Under higher temperature, whatever the thermal excitation you are providing in the form of phonon particles, whatever is generated there inside the semiconductor, due to that one lattice atom will hydrate about the lattice. By absorbing that temperature or thermal excitation, thermal energy, the atom will vibrate about their lattice position. As well as electrons will gain the energy, they will break the covalent bond, they will make transition again from valence band to the conduction band, creating holes in the valence band, electrons in the conduction band. These processes where temperature or Boson particles are involved for Coulomb generation. Same thing is happening. That means electrons and holes are created. But what are the rules? For which purpose it is created? Based on that one, the generation procedure is being classified. First one is photon, second one is phonon. How do impact ionization? Third one is impact ionization. Ionization. That means ionization impact. Okay. In the impact ionization process, any conductor will be under electric. Whenever the semiconductor is under electric, what will happen? The electron will increase the energy from the applied force. They will activate the kinetic energy. They will move the velocity, collision will occur. I already discussed this. Suppose I consider this is the atom and this is the electron. This electron, a certain velocity, this velocity is attained by this electron due to the energy absorbed by this electron from the applied state. Now this electron which is moving, they may collide with the atom. Whenever the collision occurs, this electron releases the energy. In the atom, what is there? Electrons are in a covalent bond position. Those electrons will absorb the energy, they become excited. Whenever electrons become excited, they will break the covalent bond, keep absorb energy greater than band gap energy. What will happen? Due to the absorbed energy greater than ED, the covalent bond will break and one electron and hole is created. Electron will be created there, the conduction band, hole is there, the valence. Electron hole, air is created. What about this electron? This electron releases its energy. This electron is also present, this is not vaporized. It releases energy. Previously, why said that the combination occurs means electrons and holes and electrons occur. Now what is this? These particles are now these particles are electrons, so they will experience some absorption energy, they will gain some velocity, with velocity they will move against back, and they will also get this was happening. This process was due to the electric field is caused or due to the collision. It would be better to say impact. Impact force that is due to collision is called impact ionization.